Hello everyone. In this video today we're going to be taking a look at an article from Reuters that was published on August 9th. Mass market hopes for battery-free cell phone technology. Now the reason why I'm doing this article is because they're making it sound like this is so great, this is so new, this is so innovative, when all it is doing is basically the same exact type of thing on a scientific level that Tesla figured out last century. And they're making it sound like it's cutting edge, because they found a way to harness the electrical power of radio waves to power a very simple cell phone. Tesla was able to power in an age when efficiency wasn't what it is today a hell of a lot more. He was able to harness a hell of a lot more power. So, I mean, that should say something. I mean, this isn't new, this isn't cutting edge, this isn't innovative. They just happened to figure out how to do something that Tesla figured out how to do. Big friggin' whoop. Researchers in the United States have unveiled a Oh, by the way, this had been reported actually like last month, but now Reuters finally getting around to it, and I couldn't find the article that I had originally read, so I figured I saw this, I might as well do something on it, because I wanted to before and I just didn't get a chance to. Researchers in the United States have unveiled the prototype of a battery-free mobile phone using technology they hope will eventually come to be integrated into mass-market products. Now, you look at this. They got mass-market hopes for battery-free cell phone technology. Then they basically admit that these people are the only ones that would hope to integrate this. There's no mass-market demand for this at this time. Why? Because the market really doesn't know about it. People really don't know about it. You can't have the mass market demanding for something when the mass market, aka consumers, have no clue in regards to it. The phone is the work of a group of researchers at the University of Washington in Seattle and works by harvesting tiny amounts of power from radio signals known as radio frequency waves, or RF waves. Now, yeah, okay, you're kind of dumbing this down a little bit too much here, but okay. Because everyone knows that radio signals are radio waves, or at least they used to teach that in basic public school. I mean, by middle school science, you should know that. At least I would hope. Ambient RF waves are all around us. So, as an example, your FM station broadcasts radio waves. Your AM stations do that. Your TV stations, your cell phone towers, they're all transmitting RF waves. Team member Vasimi Tala told Reuters. Right? Which is exactly what Tesla looked at for the wireless transmission of power. This is not a new concept. This is not groundbreaking. The phone is a first prototype, and its operation is basic. At first glance, it looks little more than a circuit board with a few parts attached, and the caller must wear headphones and press a button to switch between talking and listening. That's not a fucking cell phone. That's a fucking walkie-talkie. Okay? That's a fucking two-way radio. Okay? What you got there? They didn't invent a fucking cell phone that runs on fucking radio waves. No. They went back to the fucking heyday oh, God. Oh. They went back to the heyday of, oh, God. Boost's fucking parent company, the old parent company. Oh, God, with their fucking two-way. Oh. Nextel. They basically fucking created a Nextel two-way fucking radio. That's all they fucking did. Okay, maybe Boost Mobile might be interested in their tech, because I think they still do that two-way radio shit. I'm not sure. Probably not at this point. It's kind of a dead thing. But yeah, in the late, early 2000, well, in the early 2000s, in the later teens, this ain't fucking shit. But in the early 2000s, you guys had something. You had two-way. Fucking Nextel would have loved you guys. Oh, God. That's not a fucking cell phone. This is just fucked up. Overstate a little bit here? But researchers say there are plans to develop further prototypes, featuring low-power screen for texting and even a basic camera. They also plan a version of the battery-free phone that uses a tiny solar cell to provide power. This is what gets me. Tesla had the know-how. Alright? And even using technology from about 100 years ago, had the ability to transmit and utilize a hell of a lot more power. Alright? And I mean, actually, he didn't really transmit more power. Because what I should be saying is at the levels that, like, say, radio stations transmit, 1,000 watts or 500, he was able to light a hell of a lot more stuff. Light up, light bulbs that consumed a hell of a lot more power. Things like that. So, this is just funny. They need a solar cell to actually help their fucking battery-free phone work. Oh, God. The researchers plan to release a product in 8 to 9 months' time. Jesus fucking Christ, you're Reuters. No one proofread there? Oh, I went through spell checks. Nothing looks wrong. Let's send this thing out. Thought they would not give for... Okay, it should be the researchers plan to release a product in 8 to 9 months' time, though they would not give further details. One team member, however, was prepared to give a glimpse of how their work will impact the future of cell phone technology. In the future, every smartphone will come with a battery-free mode where you can at least make a voice call when your battery's dead. Well, in theory, that's a good idea. I like that. In practice, I don't see that happening. I mean, I'm looking at this technology, and you're looking at the fact of, ooh, well, we might be able to power a cell phone so that you can make an emergency call if your battery's dead type thing. To me, you should be able to do a hell of a lot more than that. And once I get through this last paragraph here, one thing that I'm looking at this that's going to be a big hurdle we're going to have to get to, because it didn't even look at this fact. The initiative is not the only one seeking to improve the way that mobile technology is powered. Researchers at the universities of Bristol and Surrey in Britain are developing supercapacitors, which they believe eventually will allow devices to charge in a period of a few minutes. Now, they try to make it sound like this is kind of like focused at cell phones with Surrey and Bristol here, these universities there, working on this. This has far more reaching effects. A far more reaching impact. And the reason for that is something like this technology can surpass lithium-ion cells. And in doing so, can take technologies like electric vehicles and make them more practical. Because if you can cram enough of these supercapacitors into the vehicle that they can get several hundred miles worth of range, and it only takes you 5 or 10 minutes to recharge, now you have a product that doesn't need government corporate welfare in order for the company to be around in order to produce it. Because if you can get charging stations out like gas stations, and they have the ability to take advantage of that technology, it's like going and boom, charging station, roll in, sit there, you know, read for 5 or 10 minutes, check your email, whatever, boom, you're charged, you go on your way. Do that, and then the gasoline engine has a real threat. This power shit from airwaves, they're not, you've got people here that I don't think understand, I don't want to say the science, because obviously they do, but they don't understand that there's way more to this, because Tesla was able to harness a lot more energy from radio waves, and there were a lot less radio waves out there. So you have this ambient radio wave bombardment going on. So they should be able to get way more energy out of thin air, so to speak. And I mean, when you look at this technology, I don't see battery manufacturers, the petroleum industry, or any other industry that involves energy use, you know, the production, storage, usage of energy, electricity. I don't see them allowing something like this to become a part of the marketplace. And the reason I don't see that happening is because the same exact thing has already happened. History repeats itself. Tesla. Okay? The powers that be, those that pull the strings, the people who owned the oil companies, okay? The people who had stake in electric companies, you know, people who stand to lose. They stopped Tesla from being able to bring this technology to the masses. And if he had, we'd be totally looking at a different environment right now for society. Because you wouldn't have, you know, high power transmission lines and, you know, high tension wires and things like that strewn across the countryside. You'd literally have a power plant generating electricity, converting it to radio waves, sending it out, and people receiving it. And the thing is on something like that, you can't nickel and dime. You really can't monitor how much power someone is, consuming, and then charge them. Not only that, anyone can just kind of hook in to the grid and boom. So you can have some people that are willing to pay, but others, screw you. It's out there in the air. It's easily and freely available. Screw you. And I don't see corporations allowing that to be the case, because everyone wants to make their cut, and you can't make your cut when something is all there around you that you can't see, but yet you can harness it to power stuff. It's that simple. Anyways, I think we've reached the end of this video. If you like the video, definitely hit the thumbs up. You know, subscribe if you want to see more of my content. If you want to be alerted to it, even though the things that are going on with Google that are happening, definitely ring that bell. Thank you all for watching.